So today we will cover anemia. Anemia simply means less hemoglobin. Now this less hemoglobin can be because of decreased production or increased destruction. Why is it being produced less? Because the raw material is less, or because the factory is destroyed. Why would the red cell be destroyed? Why should this red cell be destroyed? Because the reason is outside the cell, or it is inside the cell. Intracorpuscular. The extracorpuscular reason are primarily Rh antibodies against Rh positive red cells of the fetus from a Rh negative mother. So Rh negative mother makes antibodies against the red cells of a Rh positive child. Alright, and this leads to something which is called as icterus neonatorum. Alright, so you have to test two things. First, you have to test whether these Rh antibodies are present in the mother. This you test by putting Rh positive red cells in the serum of mother. If they are hemolyzed, it is called as indirect Coombs test positive. The second can be that you test the Rh positive cells of the fetus whether they are coated with Rh antibodies or not from the mother or not. So this is called as direct Coombs test positive, because that is direct evidence that there will be hemolysis and there will be a problem. Icterus neonatorum is bound to happen. So if there is a Rh negative mother and a Rh positive father, then in the second or third pregnancy you may have these problems. Now, the third arm of this is that there is excessive loss, which is hemorrhage, internal or external, or worms, stomiasis in children. Every ankylostome takes about 0.7 cc's of blood per day, and it resides in the intestine of the child. So this ankylostomiosis is a very important reason of blood loss or hemorrhage. Okay, so with this basics, let us see how to distinguish between decreased production or increased destruction. So, if there is increased destruction and the production is normal, then retic count will increase, reticulocyte count or immature cell count will increase. And secondly, this destruction would produce what is called as hemolytic jaundice. That means it will produce a bilirubin is produced by red cells, red cell destruction, and this is called as indirect bilirubin. It goes through the liver, becomes conjugated or direct bilirubin, and you can measure both direct and indirect bilirubin by a Vandenberg reaction. So in hemolytic jaundice, indirect bilirubin would be raised. Indirect bilirubin would be raised. Direct bilirubin would not be raised. Right? So hemolytic jaundice is this. Then the intracorpuscular causes of red cell destruction are hemoglobinopathies, the hemoglobin S, which is called as the sickle cell, and the hemoglobin A, which is from thalassemia. So sickle cell anemia is that so these are hemoglobinopathies. Hemoglobinopathies. In sickle cell anemia, if you take a finger, you tie a tourniquet, then there is anoxia here, and if you make a smear, you will find that the red cells, instead of being round, have become sickle shaped. So there is sickling because of anoxia, and this test is positive for hemoglobin S. Then you can do a test for hemoglobin A, which is also called as fetal hemoglobin, and that tests for thalassemia. Now in intracorpuscular anemias, even if the hemoglobin is normal, there can be enzyme defects. This enzyme is glucose 6-phosphate, or this enzyme is G6PD, glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase, and it is stimulated by certain drugs. And the characteristic feature of such a red cell is that normally a red cell is concave like this, biconcave, but here it is convex, so it is biconvex, and this is also called as phagocytosis. So intracapsular can be hemoglobinopathies, or it can be enzyme defects like G6PD deficiency. Okay, now we come to aplastic anemia. The aplastic anemia, the marrow is damaged. So there may be radiotherapy, there may be marrow suppressing drugs, or there may be marrow malignancies like multiple myeloma. And sometimes chronic renal disease does not secrete a substance which is called as erythropoietin. The renal parenchyma fails to secrete erythropoietin. That can also suppress a marrow and cause aplastic. The important thing is that there is a normocytic, normochromic anemia. Because whatever cells are there, they are normal, but they are less in number. Then you come to deficiencies. There are two primary types of deficiency anemias: the iron deficiency and the B12 deficiency. The iron deficiency is microcytic hypochromic, and the B12 deficiency is megaloblastic. It is also called as pernicious anemia, and it is sometimes associated with subacute combined degeneration of the spinal cord tracts. So this is B12 deficiency. So this is the basic classification of anemia. We'll classify them again for you. Decreased production, which is aplastic or deficiency, B12 or iron, and increased loss, hemorrhage, internal or external, or ankylostomiosis, and red cell destruction because of extracorpuscular causes, where we told you Rh incompatibility between mother and child, the Coombs test. Intracorpuscular problem, we told you enzyme defects, G6PD deficiency, spherocytosis, or we told you hemoglobinopathies. We told you two types of hemoglobinopathies: hemoglobin S, sickle cell anemia, which you can diagnose by sickling if you expose the blood to anoxia, and thalassemia, which is characterized by increased amounts of fetal hemoglobin. So these are the causes of anemia. So you have to answer three basic questions. Is anemia present? If yes, how much? This you do by hemoglobin levels. Clinically, you do it by the palpebral conjunctiva and nails. The second question is, it deficiency? Iron is microcytic hypochromic, B12 is megaloblastic, and if you are getting this megaloblastic anemia because there may be history of loss of Castle factor in the stomach, and this Castle factor can be because of gastrectomy or gastritis. because this causes absorption of B12. And with this, you must look for subacute combined degeneration of the spinal cord. Iron is microcytic hypochromic. Then you look for retic count increased, indirect bilirubin. This is hemolytic, and this hemolytic can be intracorpuscular or extracorpuscular. Extracorpuscular, you have RH incompatibility. Intracorpuscular, you have hemoglobinopathy or enzyme defects. Enzyme defect is G6PD levels deficiency and serocytosis. Hemoglobin is hemoglobinopathies is hemoglobin S, hemoglobin A. So after this is anemia present? The second question is, what is the cause? And here is the list of cause. Then what is the effect? The effect is anoxia, retarded growth, palpitation, breathlessness, and general weakness. And you should suspect anemia in anybody and first test for it as a part of your general examination. Must always look at the palpebral conjunctiva and the nails and see whether anemia is present, especially in all preoperative cases. So is anemia present? What is the cause? What is the effect? And what is the association? Is there a chronic renal disease causing lack of erythropoietin? So after this, you must find out how to manage anemia. Well, treat the cause, restore iron, B12 and blood, or the blood component transfusions. Manage anoxia or any other complications of anemia. So this is how you manage the case.